Hello everyone at the venue and online participants through live streaming. Thank you very much for taking the time out of a busy schedule to join us today. We will now begin the press conference at the Tokyo Auto Salon Nissan booth. My name is Sasha. I'll be your MC today. It's nice to see you. Nismo is a Nissan sports performance brand that has been honing its high technology in the harsh motorsports scene, such as Super GT and Formula E, and boasts a brilliant track record. The Nismo road car series, infused with experience, technology, and passion Nismo has cultivated in the racing scene, will introduce a new model. Today, we will introduce you to the new Nismo models in a talk show with the developers. Please enjoy the show to the end. Then, first of all, President and Chief Executive Officer of Nissan Motorsports and Customized Company Limited, Mr. Takao Katagiri, will say a few words. Mr. Katagiri.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Katagiri, CEO of Nissan Motorsports and Customizing Company. Thank you very much for coming to the Nissan booth at Tokyo Auto Salon. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt condolence to people who are suffering from the 2024 Noto Peninsula earthquake. Nissan is working with local sales companies to provide lifeline support to local people by donating EVs and portable batteries for power supply. I pray that all the disaster-affected communities will recover from suffering as quickly as possible. Celebrating the 90th anniversary last December, Nissan, with its DNA, do what others don't dare to do, has continued its efforts to offer a sense of wonder to all the customers by taking up daunting challenges to supply the advanced technologies their company developed through car racing competitions, which started in the second year from its foundation. Line up here are the testimony of these efforts. Nismo road cars like GTR Nismo, High Performance Model, Z Nismo, and Skyline Nismo. This year, we launched a series of new models. Meanwhile, as the first producer of a mass production model EV, the Leaf, Nissan played a leading role in growing EV sales in the world. In 2018, Nissan joined Formula E, the pinnacle of an e-motorsports. Nissan is the only Japanese car manufacturer participating in Formula E. We're excited to have a Tokyo round in March. With the know-hows we have built as an EV pioneer and throughout our commitment to Formula E, as well as the race battle-hardened technologies, Nissan is ready to offer attractive EVs to our customers. We already have new generation sports models that were welcomed by our customers, like Nissan Leaf Nismo and Aura Nismo. But today, I am so delighted to unveil Nissan Ariya Nismo, the top sports model of Nissan Ariya, the flagship series of Nissan's EV lineup. Please watch this image video. Now, let me walk you through the outline of Nissan Ariya Nismo. Take a look. The concept of Nissan Ariya Nismo is sensational EV Nismo flagship crossover, elegance created by well-crafted simplicity, and the next-generation Nismo design embracing aerodynamic performance. A light and smooth wheel handling that helps the driver to interact with the vehicle, the traits that are commonly shared by every Nismo road-going car. And quick acceleration and turning acceleration made possible by our EV technology assets gives you a sensational experience.
First, let's take a look at the exterior. The design keyword is ulterior magma, meaning power hidden within. The thin, strong red accents peeking through the cracks are the design aspects of the new electric Nismo, born from the desire to express inner strength. And that is a new design aspect of Nismo. The horizontal line of red accents is placed low to showcase the wide, low center of gravity appearance. The corners of the front bumper have a wide-shaped design motif like a glider. And the new model also has additional features based on racing car aerodynamic technology developed through motorsports activities. Control airflow continues from the slides to the layered double diffuser at the rear, efficiently detaching it from the vehicle body. Next is the interior. As with the exterior, the interior is color coordinated in black, avoiding any decorative flourishes, so that the driver can feel a sense of quality appropriate for its class. Spicy red accents which are instantly recognizable in Nismo have been added. A thin and strong single red finisher pieces the instrument panel, expressing a sense of horizontal expanse. Exclusive seats made of non-slip suede type fabric provide a comfortable hold that matches the vehicle's driving performance. Driving performance has also been greatly enhanced. Exclusively developed sports tires that utilize Formula E racing technology have been adopted to ensure that a vehicle weighing over 2 tons can be driven faster and with great confidence. In addition, 20-inch exclusive aluminum wheels were jointly developed with NK. In order to bring out the best performance from the tires, the rim width has been widened while at the same time reducing weight. Highly rigid rack-type electric power steering, electric brakes, and VDC have been specially turned to enhance the sense of oneness with the driver. The powertrain is in the heart of the vehicle. In order to maximize the potential of the motor, the maximum output has been increased by approximately 10% through a review of the control system. In addition, a dedicated Nismo mode is available to fully open up the performance so that the driver can experience an overwhelming sense of acceleration. In addition, Nismo turned E-Force has been adopted as a new technology. The E-Force technology, which enables direct control, has been fused with the 4WD concept developed for the GTR to make the car go faster. Even when driving at the limit, the vehicle does not bulge outward at corners and does not become unstable on undulating road surfaces, maintaining natural vehicle behavior. We are developing it to achieve it turning acceleration. We'll mention that in the talk show later. The Ariya is the pinnacle of the new generation Nismo, the sensational EV Nismo flagship crossover that combines the flagship EV area with a blitz of Nissan's long-cultivated EV and motorsports technologies. We hope you enjoy. Now, for the next few minutes, we'll focus upon Nissan Ariya that has just been unveiled. So we'll now have a talk session involving relevant people. So let's welcome the speakers for the talk session. Then let me introduce them. Ariya Nismo Development Manager Satoshi Hasegawa, and Nissan Formula E Team Chief Powertrain Engineer Tadashi Nishikawa. Please come to the stage. And let me introduce you again, Mr. Satoshi Hasegawa, Chief Vehicle Engineer in charge of Ariya Nismo Development. I'm Hasegawa, developing Nismo road cars. It's good to see you again. And the next to him is when it comes to Nismo road cars, we have incorporated a great deal of knowledge from motorsports. So Nissan is the only Japanese automobile manufacturer that competes in Formula E, as was mentioned earlier. And Chief Powertrain Engineer, Mr. Naoshi Nishikawa, in charge of the development of race cars powertrain. I am in charge of Formula E and Chief Powertrain Engineer. Please be seated. So we'd like to hear a lot from you. So without further ado, Mr. Hasegawa, unveiled vehicle Ariya Nismo. And I believe that you think that this is a very cool car, very humble accent and low gravity as well. So what were the difficult things you faced in the development process?
Well, the base car, Ariya Nismo, or Ariya, is outstanding, but 600 Newton with a high torque, just like a sports car. And the weight is 2.2 tons. So it is difficult to change the car into a smooth-moving Nismo. But I have been involved in racing. Therefore, the technologies were applied and the aerodynamics and development. And the output, motor output, was raised up by 10%. Therefore, that we have the e-forces system in place. This system has been applied so that better handling can be made possible. I will come back to this point with more details later on. As a result, higher stability and speed and comfortableness, and in this way, a sense of luxury is also added into this vehicle. I think it is well blended with all those elements.
So the speed and nimble and high quality driving experience. So I think expectation is rather high. How did you actually evaluate and finish it?
Well, when it comes to Nismo road-going cars, we have a catchword all the time: faster, more comfortable, and safer. And that was our vision. And when it comes to Nismo car making, what characterizes it is this: that we have to monitor the vehicle behavior up to its limit. That's how we are going to apply the principle. And in this way, I think we should have special drivers, like we have test drivers who are involved in GTR. So those are the ones who are involved in the project. And then starting from the normal speed and to the tire squeaking and speed, we always receive feedbacks from the evaluation driver in order to raise the stability. In that way, if a normal driver is going to use this vehicle, it would give a safe sense of safety and comfort. That's what we are doing. And when it comes to the emotional territory, as described by us, and that's the very area we are monitoring closely.
So up to the limit, so you carry it to an extreme. So the speed is something that we pay attention to as a numbers in specifications, but that's not the only thing.
Right, and the specification is important, but the information from the driver is crucially important. And I think Sasha-san, you have been involved in racing. The information from the driver is essential, right? And so we pay respect at this area for car making.
Nishikawa-san, the information from the driver or evaluation Formula E is also, you can say the same thing about Formula E? Yes, exactly, because we need to develop along with the drivers. But the difficult thing is that throughout the seasons, track conditions are totally different in a lot of ways. That's true. And now they are driving on the public roads, and so pavement is different from country to country. And they're sometimes driving on the concrete as well. Every season, the new, say, cities added as well. So tests and simulator data need to be taken care of. What will be the scene? What about the driver's sensory evaluation as well? So we need to check all of those things. I see. Then the development area Nismo and Formula E development have something in common. There seems to be something that difficult, unique to EVs, right? Yes, there are many. So as a developer, how we should improve potential, that's one thing. For the race drivers, they are going to set the strategy as well. Energy management is particularly important in Formula E race. So the drivers, braking balance, regenerative energy amount, and when you don't use the acceleration and not to use the energy so much. So by lap, by corner, the expectations differ. So how the driver should look at each situation accurately and drive accordingly, that is very challenging, I see. If I ask the driver and then immediately the regenerative braking takes place and so on, so there is a remaining energy level as well. You mean talking about remaining energy level? That's right. That is only the driver knows, and so without letting other teams know that we are very coordinate and work together. That's why when I broadcast, sometimes there is a message is intervened, and I couldn't figure out what they meant. Okay, so now I understand. So remaining energy amount is a highly competitive area, right, nowadays. Yes, acceleration and braking are related to the driving a range as well. So that is even more so in the case of Formula E. The drive is in the rear wheels only, so that is rear drive wheels. So when you look at the energy for the race as a whole, the 40% energy is through the regenerative system. That's an amazing number. So 40% of the race with the power generation by regeneration. So almost half of the energy is regenerated for reusable energy. That's highly efficient. Formula E, as you mentioned, is a rear-wheel drive. Ariya Nismo is a 4WD, right? Am I right? Yes.
Well, Ariya Nismo has adopted E-Force. This is a 4WD system. GTR, in the case of GTR, we were doing the research on sports 4WD, and ATESA, ETS, was a system adopted by GTR, as a matter of fact.
E-Force, you mentioned. What kind of system is E-Force?
Well, speaking of E-Force, that controls the front and rear wheels independently, but there's going to be the necessity for force distribution between the right and left wheels. The braking system has been advanced, so the braking system is applied onto those wheels in order to distribute optimal distribution of torque, and that is an ideal system.
4WE ideal form, right?
More specifically, now there are four wheels on a vehicle, and there is the load placed on them. At a curve, that the force or the load is going to be placed on the outer side tires. And if the traction force is applied, then it is going to make a turn, good turn, like a skiing turn. And according to the load, the optimum traction force responding to the load, and you can smoothly drive the vehicle. We had that kind of idea even at the time of ATESA, but that was only for ICE vehicles, the intake air and ignite and combustion. There was time for that process, but there was always a time lag. Yes, there was a lag, but that we have been changing from the mechanical to the electrical system, and that is the benefit of this vehicle. One 10,000th second level control, the driver can't recognize it. And to that extreme level, the motor in full control. So that means that driving the vehicle can be made flexible and stable. And that kind of speed, that is going to be very quick in the Formula E.
In Formula One, the digits are different, so very accurate control is needed. That's really amazing. The mechanical development is amazing. In that case, then E-Force, I understood. Nismo tuned E-Force. What is the difference?
Well, the same principle, basically. But in the case of 4WD vehicles, 50-50 distribution of torque force. But in the case of Nismo, more traction force is given to the rear side. The reason for this is at the curve, the acceleration pedal should be released for the time being. But instead of that, in this case you don't need to release the acceleration pedal, gas pedal. You can even push it, but the vehicle can stably make a good turn with this distribution of traction force. And that's what we are doing in this model. On top of that, the higher gripping force of the tires and the suspension and for the better gripping. So as a result, we have made this possible.
That's amazing. So you're saying that Nissan's technology experience in the development of GTR, Sports 4WD, and electrification technologies have been fused together and utilized in the Ariya Nismo. Am I right?
Right. In 2010, Nissan released or launched the Leaf. And so we have a confidence of electrification technology. That's the very reason why we are in Formula E. And we also have the track record of research into sports 4WD represented by GTR. So Ariya Nismo is a culmination of these two technologies. Now we are facing the environmental issue. No carbon fuel that is being developed and used by us as well. In the case of Formula E, it is without gases and exhaust and quiet, and then they can run in the middle of the cities.
Yes, battering on an urban course offers excitement that cannot be experienced on a regular circuit. Energy management of racing as well. You have been broadcasting, so you know the last lap is the indication of 0.1%. The last lap, yes, that's true. And the strategy has been advancing as well. The 0.0 is finishing, 0.1, 0.2, and 0.1, 0.0 something is a finish. So yes, it's very much exciting. So energy lost toward close to the goal. So the car behind was pushing that car. So I think that is an exciting moment. And also on Sunday, Japan time, season 10 will be starting. Season 10. Starting from the attack charge, 30-second quick charge will be added as well. So called the pit stop, therefore, will be added. And so teams' racing strategy will be added as well. That is worthy of watching the race as well. That's very exciting. According to the latest information, in March, Tokyo, I'm afraid we cannot make it by then, unfortunately. That is unfortunate. But somewhere, some point in time in the season, you'll be able to see it. And another thing is for the fans, as you are very well know, attack mode, in which the maximum output can be increased by passing through the certain zones for a few minutes. Is another point where the unique performance of EVs that can make a difference during the race, I would say. That is because electricity is being used.
Ariya Nismo also has the choice Nismo mode, and that would give you a better response. But we may be able to change the name to attack mode.
Yeah, so you write a Nismo mode and you just press the attack mode. That may be coming along while listening to Auto Talk. Ariya Nismo and Formula E vehicles are now exhibited over there. So driving is something we want to see. Probably many of you are feeling that way.
Well, in fact, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow at the Tokyo Auto Salon, we are going to have the trial runs of Formula E machine and Ariya Nismo at the outdoor venue. Takaboshi-san, who is going to be the test driver. So please enjoy the runs.
So that is exciting, Saturday and Sunday. So please go enjoy watching that. Now it is time already. So would you please stand up and say a few words? Let's start with Mr. Nishikawa. So once again, today, Ariya Nismo was explained that whatever the base car is, it consistently has a Nismo spirit that is very exciting. And another thing is that the Formula E is still has a short history, but it's the pinnacle of race. And so technology is very much advancing there. In the history of gasoline-powered cars too, the technology developed in races helped to develop production cars into better cars. So, in the same way, I hope that the EVs will become more attractive cars using Formula E technology. So, season 10, maybe we would like to see the top platform to be awarded over there.
Well, Nismo road-going cars were basically ICE vehicles, but more recently, Leaf and Aura and Ariya as well. We have those EVs, and it has made good progress. Ariya Nismo, among them, has adopted Formula E technology and GTR 4WD technologies. They were combined together and to produce this vehicle. Now, Nismo road cars can learn the best from racetracks. That's the very reason why we have produced the cars that are faster, safer, and more comfortable. And we would like to stay committed to the development of Nismo road vehicles.
So I think a lot of our tactic points have been well conveyed by Ariya Nismo. So this concludes the talk session. Mr. Asega, Mr. Nishikawa, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, with this, the press conference at Nissan booth comes to an end. Thank you very much and for your participation. To online viewers, this is the end of the streaming. Thank you for viewing.